everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel XAT, turning problems into solutions. This is me Priyasha, and today in this video we'll be discussing how to solve the circular arrangement based questions using the LR and the PNC skills both. And if you want to practice more such questions with me, then you can surely join my free live classes at Unacademy. I do come live at 1:30 p.m. the link of which I've added already in the description box. What you just need to do is have the Unacademy app with you and you will be entitled to get all the access to every material and every free classes provided by me over there, absolutely free. And with this, I would love to tell you about the price hike which is going to come very soon from the Unacademy's end. But to save you till 19th of May, you people will not just be getting a 10% off on your subscription if you use my code Priyasha10, but you would be accessing it for a 20% off on all the Unacademy subscriptions, be it Plus or Iconic. And the best part about this is that now is the right time to do it, because the exclusive CAT study material, which has more than 25,000 practice questions, theory materials, divided into comprehensive modules, will be given to you at this included price. Again, let me repeat, at a reduced price of 20%. So please do not miss out on this opportunity. If you get yourself a subscription on Unacademy right now, you would be getting it at a reduced rate of 20% off if you use my code Priyasha10, and at the same time, under this price only, you would be getting access to all the study material for the CAT and the OMETs absolutely included in this price. So do not wait for it. Use my code Priyasha10 and the link in the description box. And now let's get our video started. Hello everyone. So in this practice set video, we'll be discussing about the foundation of circular arrangement. That means it's an easy to do set, but at the same time, I'll be using this set to just teach you few important tips and tricks for dealing with the circular arrangement type questions. Now this is a basic set where all the 10 people are facing towards the center only. That means in one direction only. But when the questions start getting complex, you will get questions where one person is facing towards the center, the other is away from the center. So that makes the left and the right different for all of the different people here. So since we are starting with a foundation one, again a very important note that those who have not downloaded the PDF and done it on your own, please try it on your own once. It will really help you to understand the video better if you try it once by yourself first, and then come back to this video and see the process with which I am solving these type of questions. Now I am trying to cut down on the time so that you can save a lot of time when you're doing these kind of questions. Circular arrangement is what you can expect as a direct question in any of your OMETs, and for the CAT examination DILR set, circular arrangement is a part of your DI caselet, in which along with arranging them circularly, you will also have to solve some amount of puzzle test and do the questions. So coming to this question over here, we are talking about 10 people sitting in a round table and there is no fixed position. Now this is something which is special about the circular arrangement, which is not seen generally in the linear arrangement. Linear arrangement, either if no information is mentioned anywhere, we can just get started with some assumptions at a place. But in case we are seeing that there are no such assumptions and there's a direct information, we can start from there. Here also we have to get started with our own assumption, provided here the things can turn different. Different in the sense is that I can make any person sit anywhere, and with respect to that person I can change the positions. Now for that you have to find out the person who is maximum number of times involved here and there. Like if I check, we are talking about one professor, one lawyer, then one doctor, one scientist, one accountant, one grocer, and then two computer specialists and two marketing executives. And it's mentioned that the professor sits opposite to the lawyer, but let's see if we have more information about the professor or the lawyer. Then we have scientists and the doctor sitting opposite to each other, two marketing executives sitting opposite to each other, and now this is something which relates to the scientist. So we have two sentences with respect to scientist here. One where we are saying that scientist and doctor are sitting opposite, and another where one of the marketing executives is on the immediate left of the scientist. Now the professor sits to the immediate right of the scientist, so again a relation of scientist. So therefore I can just get started with either the scientist or the marketing officer or the marketing whatever here it is. What we are having, marketing executive. So let's get started with marketing executive. Let me make blocks over here. This is marketing executive. Here we have another marketing executive because they are just opposite to each other. Now we can make few more boxes, like I can divide it equally into 8 parts for sure, but then we need 10 parts. So let us make an additional part here, and this will be opposite to this over here. Okay, that's looking good. Now what information do we have related to the scientist? We know that the two marketing opposite like executives are, one of them is opposite to the immediate left of the scientist. Okay, so that means if I consider the scientist over here, this will be the immediate left. Now if I know about the scientist, I know few more things about the scientist. The professor is sitting to the immediate right of the scientist, so that makes the professor here. Someone was sitting opposite, that is the doctor, so this is the doctor here. So we have fixed so many places now. Now what else is left? That the professor and the lawyer are sitting next to, like opposite to each other, so we have also fixed the position of the lawyer. Now read it very carefully once again, just the passage, not the question number 1. The passage says that all of them are sitting in, professor opposite to lawyer, scientist opposite to doctor, two marketing executive opposite, on one on the left of scientist, professor on the right of scientist. This information is fixed. Now this information is something which is the basic information with us. Irrespective of questions, you need to remember this, irrespective of questions, this is my basic setup, and this basic setup is what will continue throughout all the questions. This is something which will continue throughout the questions. This is a basic setup. Now based on every question, we'll make some changes over here. So let's read question number 1. If the two computer specialists sit opposite each other but neither of them is immediately next to the marketing executive, then who is sitting to the right of the professor? So that's a nice question. We have to place the computer specialists in such a way that none of them are on the next of marketing executive. So one computer specialist can be seated here and another computer specialist can be seated here, and keeping this in mind, now I will be checking who is on the right side of professor. So on the right side of professor, we have a computer specialist. So my answer for this question will be option A, which is computer specialist. I hope this was easy to solve because this was the first essential question, and we just need to put whatever is given in the green color in this diagram is just question specific. This position of C will not be continued to question number 2. So that's an important note, that please do not continue the green color annotations to the next question, that is question number 2. Fine, when we'll move to question number 2, we'll have a completely different diagram, or you can say that we'll be just making changes to this diagram and seeing the questions. Now question number 2 says, if the grocer and the accountant do not sit opposite to each other, then which of the following must be true? Now I'm not sure if I can just cut it out, but I'll just try to see if I can get this picture out from here, and then I can just copy it. Oh no, the image, the text will also be getting copied. So let it be as the way it is, and I'll just make changes over here. So I'll just delete this part over here, because this green color annotation is something which I do not need repeated. Okay, now coming down to the question number 2, if grocer and the accountant do not sit opposite to each other, then which of the following must be true? Grocer and accountant are not sitting opposite to each other. That gives me a lot of possibilities. Okay, if the grocer and the accountant are not opposite to each other, so I can place the grocer here, the accountant here for a while. Correct. Let me see. Yeah, it's still not opposite. Fine. And the computer can come here then. Now keeping this in mind, okay, there can be multiple things, but because we are searching for must be true, so we'll see what happens next. Computer specialist cannot sit beside the lawyer. Now please try to understand this question a little more carefully. Okay, what they are trying to say is the computer specialist cannot sit beside the lawyer. Now see, this is not important, this is not must be true, because if I take another condition where I'll be taking G here and C here, then in that case we will and then again A here and C here, so this condition will not be satisfied. I mean, C, computer specialist cannot sit beside the lawyer, can be true, cannot be true in both the cases. Okay, so that means this is not the answer. But one of the computer specialists is next to the marketing executive is always the condition, either from this way or from this way. So this is definitely a true point, because we are making sure that the grocer and the accountant are not opposite to each other. That means the remaining opposite space will be taken by the computer specialist, and that will either match with this M or match with this M. So therefore the answer to the question will be option B. So second question, option B is the correct answer. Alright, now we will move to the third question, and for the third question we will make a new diagram altogether. So this is my diagram. I knew that this is M, and this is S, this is professor, and this is, there are two more people here. Then we know professor opposite is lawyer, doctor opposite to scientist, and we have two spaces over here as well, out of which one space was filled. I'll just go and check that up. No, two spaces were empty. So fine, now we will solve the third and the fourth question from this diagram. If the grocer and the accountant each have a marketing executive as his neighbor, oh, then which of the following is definitely false? So see, I can for now I can assume, or I can just take this to be the grocer and this to be the other person, that is accountant. So what are the remaining two places? C and C. Now this diagram is complete, so just have a look over it. The two computer specialists are opposite to each other. Is it true? Let's see. Now it is definitely false. It is true, so we will not take this answer at all. Okay, we'll go to the next option. The next option says a computer specialist is an immediate neighbor of the scientist. Mm, computer specialist being immediate neighbor is not possible, because this can be the condition or this can be the condition. This can be the condition or this can be the condition, which I do not find happening at all. So that's why this will be definitely false, because there is a gap of 2, no? So this cannot be the immediate neighbor. That would be wrong. So my correct answer for option A 3 will be B. Why? Because there is no possibility of getting an immediate neighbor. We already have immediate neighbors of S. So C cannot be an immediate neighbor, and that is definitely false. So that gives me the answer as B. Now for the fourth question. For the fourth question of the now this is very, very essential, and for this I need a basic diagram. So I'll just pull out a diagram over here again. This is M, this was M, this is S, this was D, and then this was P, this was L, and there were two spaces here and there were two spaces here. Okay, I think I did not miss out on any of them. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Yeah, so over here this is the basic diagram, and in this basic diagram they are saying if a computer specialist is the immediate neighbor of a marketing executive and the grocer is the immediate neighbor of the lawyer, that means grocer is here and M can be in any of the places. Okay, like computer specialist can be in the place number 1, place number 2, or place number 3. Okay, and same for the other person also, that is the accountant. Now what they are saying is how many different ways of sitting arrangement are possible, assuming that both the computer specialists are indistinguishable. That means I cannot distinguish between the two C's. All right, so we will find out, and the two marketing executives are also indistinguishable. So in this case, what can be the condition? Only one condition is mentioned, that the marketing executive and the computer specialist needs to be immediate neighbor. So in the position of 1, 2 and 3, if I put the 1 as a computer specialist, like if I put a C over here, now 2 and 3 both can take up any places. That means I can put 2 as A and 3 as another C. Another condition can be where I put this C right here in the position 1, and I can change the position of 2 and 3 and make 2 as the computer specialist and 3 as the accountant. This is another possibility. And the next possibility is when I keep the accountant in the position 1, that's right here, and then I can put the computer and specialist in either 2 or 3, but because I know that they are indistinguishable, they cannot be distinguished, so these are the only 3 conditions which are possible, or the sitting arrangements which are possible for this. Why? Because only one condition needs to be satisfied, that one of the computer specialists needs to be the immediate neighbor of the marketing executive, not both of the, and therefore this leads to 3 possible conditions of sitting arrangement, that is CAC, CCA and ACC. That makes the answer of question number 4 as option 3. So this is somewhere you are using the skills of PNC. Okay. All right, then we'll finally move to the last question for the day. The maximum, we'll use the same thing over here, the diagram at the top. The maximum number of person you can count if you start counting with the scientist and end with the marketing executive, both not included. Okay, I think I can draw a new one for this one. That would be easier. This is a marketing executive, this is a marketing executive, this is a scientist, this is the doctor, this is the professor, this is the lawyer, and now I remember every name. All right, so I got these. Now we will be focusing on the S to M distance. Okay, so first we will move in anti-clockwise direction and we will check out what are the 2 possibilities for us over here. So this is anti-clockwise and this is clockwise. So first we'll talk about anti-clockwise. Now anti-clockwise, between S and M we have 0 people. So between S and M, first I have a 0 condition, and the second condition is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people between this S and this M. Okay. Now another is anti-clockwise. So for anti-clockwise, if you people are just a little confused regarding clockwise and anti-clockwise, then always take the help of a clock and see 1, 2, 3. When we are moving in the direction where the time is increasing, that is clockwise, and when we are moving in the direction where the time is decreasing, like this is 9, this is 8, this is 7, this is 6. So this way is called as anti-clockwise. Okay. So if we are moving clockwise now and checking, we will be moving. Okay, I think I just counted the other way around. I mean, what I counted here 0 and 5 was for the clockwise one, so we can just make a change quick over here, that the clockwise number is either 0 or 5. For the anti-clockwise, we'll check 1, 2, 3, 3 people in middle of S and M, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people between S and the other M in the anti-clockwise direction. So that means what is the maximum number we can see here? The maximum number is 8. So answer is option B. So that was all about this entire set. I know it was a bit of easy one, but we will sure be doing more such questions like this and increase your level in the circular arrangement so that you feel comfortable doing these questions. But that was all about this video. If you like this video, then please like this video, share it with more and more people, and please, if you are new to this channel, then subscribe to the channel as well. That will be a really great help and love and support. And yes, I'll come up with more such videos. Till then, please take care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching this video.